Hey, what's up? DJ Bono Vertigo here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a record that's come out this year um, for Daddy Cool Records in St. Petersburg. You can find Daddy Cool at 2606 Fairfield Avenue South. Yeah, it's downtown. It's kind of downtown St. Pete in the Deuces area. And great store, great people. And every once in a while I get something to review, and this time I'm reviewing for them Crooked Fingers. It's their latest release called Sweet Death. It's spelled Swet Death, and um, it's a band that's band is made up of. It's really a project of Eric Bachman, who's from Arches of Loaf. He's the leader of this band. I guess when they play out, they're a band. But this came out this year on Merge Records, and it has guests on here like the likes of Matt Berninger from the National, and Sharon Van Etten's on here as well. She does a couple tracks. It's a very interesting record. I like the illustrations on it. Here we go. And Eric Bachman on vocals, guitar, piano, bass. Jeremy Wheatley on drums and percussion. John Rauhaus on pedal steel. Mac McLaughlin on vocals on Cold Waves. Matt Berninger on vocals on From Always. Skylar Gudaz does a couple songs. Spray Tan Speed Cream and Queen in a German Car, and I'm Your Bodhisattva. And Avery Lee Drought sings with him on Empty Love and Cheap Thrills. Sharon Van Etten sings on Haunted, really good. And Liz Durrett sings vocals on Hospital. All the songs are written by Eric Bachman, except for I'm Your Bodhisattva, written by Rene Louis Carifis. And really dig this record. When I got this in my hands, I had heard about Crooked Fingers, but I didn't really know much. And this is not the first record. He's had several releases, and this is just the latest one. So I'm gonna go back into that catalog and see what I like in there. And I've never really got into Arches of Loaf, to be very upfront about it. I have a lot of friends that are really into Arches of Loaf, and I really don't know much about them. But this is an indie rock band, and I assume that Arches of Loaf is also an indie rock band. This kind of reminds me. It reminds me of several things. There's several things that come through for me in terms of style. Modest Mouse comes to mind with this record, as well as Jeff Tweedy a little bit. It doesn't have an Americana sound, but it has some taste of it in there somewhere. And also, believe it or not, and not vocally wise, but just kind of arrangement wise, it kind of makes me think of XTC a little bit at times. So it has a little bit of electronic sound, has a little bit of acoustic sound. But from what I understand, he wanted to do two versions of this record. He wanted to do an organic version of all the songs, and then he wanted to do an electronic version of all the songs, and he ended up not doing that type of thing. He was like, why am I making this harder than it should be? Let's just go with the flow and just see what happens. So I'm glad he did this the way he did it, because it's it's interesting. This record kind of makes me think of someone who is contemplating his life. He's contemplating getting older, contemplating illness. Other people who have passed on, people who considered suicide. He also has things. He's had some health issues, I think, with his heart and stuff. So I think he's also thinking about mortality and getting older and leaving children behind and leaving a legacy. that kind of thing, and also leaving physical things. You think about all the things as human beings we collect, and well, we collect records, right? I mean, what happens to all that stuff when we're gone? What are we going to do as we get older? Are these things going to really matter to us? I think that's the kind of things that he's touching on in his lyrics and in his stories. These are all little stories, the songs. It starts off with a song called Cold Waves. Right away, it comes out really good. It's Baby, tell me that she loves me, tell me that she doesn't love me no more. This is a situation of somebody who's messing with him emotionally. And I don't know if it's autobiographical. It's probably a story he conjured up, and it's just about. It's not a love song. It's actually an anti-love song. It's kind of a song of not having love, of somebody who's you want them to love you, but they don't really love you, kind of thing. Cold Waves, and then he goes into a song called From All Ways, and this is about somebody who's in a lot of denial. He's seeing somebody who's in a lot of denial, who's not understanding their own truth, and he's trying to say, like, step back, look at yourself, that kind of thing. Really interesting. He just he really touches on the human condition really well. I'm really liking the way he writes, and I like the music is going really beautifully with it. Spray Tan Speed Queen is the next one, in a German car, and apparently that song was inspired by him doing a run of shows, I guess on the West Coast. I'm not, maybe in L.A. and they were private concerts. They were booked to do private, like a bunch of shows for. Sometimes bands get booked for private parties or private events, things kind of like that, and people weren't really paying attention to them, and it was very superficial, and it was very bizarre, and annoying, bunch of gigs, and so he wrote a song that had to deal with that kind of stuff. Looking at these people who have a lot of facade, and there's nothing there. There's a lot of vacuous things going on. Empty pockets, wandering aimless, dirty pamphlets, free for the taking. The air so dry it peels your bones. Wait for the night to come. Some new love. Spray tan speed queen in a German car. I mean, just think about that. Spray tan speed queen in a German car, meaning, nothing really has any value. It's just all facade, and it's just really great lyrics. The song that really speaks to me the most, and because it's something that I suffer from, is insomnia, and he captures it perfectly. Killer creeping in the night, slithering among the cypress trees, casting shadows on the lawn. Through the window, coming after me, I got nowhere to hide or go. Got a feeling I'm not alone. Hearing them crawling in the eaves, I can't sleep. So close that I can hear them breathing. I can't sleep. Doctor said it isn't real. Says your mind is like a Ferris wheel. Take you up and take you down. Never stop, never let you out. Something crawling underneath my floor. Coming up the corridor. Through the concrete like a sieve. I can't sleep. Forever coming after me. I can't sleep. It goes on like that. And there are times when I feel like that. Not so much as horrific. It's just I feel like I just can't stop my brain from working. I can't keep those characters from talking to me. And it's not actually talking to me. There's nothing really talking to me. I'm not crazy. But it's just sometimes you just can't let go of the day. You can't let go of the week. You can't let go of the moment. And you have so much to think about. And you're thinking about the future. And you're not in that moment, because I think if you're in the moment totally, and that's a normal, natural way to be, you can relax. But if you're thinking about the past, things that have happened, things went on all week, things that aggravated you, if you're dreading something that's coming, or if you think about, not dreading, but even thinking about all the things you have to do in the future, you can't calm your brain. And I suffer from that a lot. I'm always thinking about things that have happened. I'm always thinking about things that are going to happen, or that I'm thinking that are going to happen. And so it's very hard to just quiet your mind. And I think it's a very, it's one of the most accessible. I would think that that would be a single because the music is very accessible on that. Empty Love and Cheap Thrills, again, the title said everything right there, and Haunted is the next song. Before you leave, before you tell me goodbye, put me to sleep. Let a dying thing die without words, without words. You keep your enemies and cut away friends. Keep a place to hide your secrets from all from in the world, from the world. Yeah, this is somebody who's losing someone, and he's basically saying, like, just kill me now. Like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you leaving? I'm haunted by you. He's just a great writer. I think this is poetry. The next one is Hospital, and I'm sure that comes from him, inspired by him having all these health problems that he's been having as he gets older. Reality sets in. When you're in your 20s, you never think about any of this stuff, and then when you're in your 40s and your 50s and older, you start. Everything is an issue. You bang your knee somewhere, you fall down. It's an issue. You know what I mean? When you're in your 20s, you fall down, you get up, and you keep on going. When you're in your 40s, you fall down, you get up, you keep going a little bit, but then you're like aching. You fall down in your 50s or 60s, it's hard to get back up. It's that kind of thing. And so reality sets in, that we're not going to be here forever, and so baby knows soon it will be time to go. And though it may be hard to take, knowing that you must walk away, think of all the times we've had. Come on, baby, don't be sad. It's only life and ours to lose. With oh so little time to choose, I know it's hard to let it be. We know too much to make believe. No one wants to be a burden. Baby knows. Hospital ain't no place to die. It's impossible to take, and I know there's no place like home. To fade away into the great unknown, I saw it flashing on a movie screen, a million miles, an hour scene by scene. It's only life, and it's all mine to lose, and all with so little time left to choose. I know it's so hard now to let it be. We know too much to make believe. It's incredible. Then I'm your Bodhisattva. I heard you were thinking of killing yourself over some young, sweet-talking girl boy. Don't go acting crazy now. This is somebody who's really trying to support someone else and saying, hey, it's not that deep, You got in a bad situation. Move on from it. Don't get all down in there. Don't get into that place, that pity party place. You gotta get up from it. So I think that's really cool. And then Lena is the next song. Lena, slow down. The world is killing you. You're killing me. I can't see the way out. Breaking through your smoking rings and perfume stings and burns our eyes. This is a very dark album. Yes, has been watching our light. Lena, I don't know where we went so wrong. Truth be told, I can't see now which way we should go. Our broken dreams have shattered clean before our eyes. Yes, it's been hard to watch our slow demise. That's the ending of a relationship. Definitely an ending relationship. And then finally, the last song on this album is called Steady Now. And Steady Now is it's a very acoustic, it ends with a very acoustic sounding piece, and that's Steady Now. And it's basically accepting death, and it's saying that, we have to move on. And all the physical things, all the material things no longer matter. What do you do with all that stuff, like I was saying earlier? And that's what this song is, Steady Now. It's like, take a breath, take your last breaths, know that it's reality is here. We go on. I mean, life has an ending, It's just, and you say, well, why would I want to listen to this album? It's so depressing. But it's real. And I think he has some humor in it. The first song has some humor in it. And it's kind of a smack in the, it's kind of a, like, snap out of it kind of thing. It makes me think of when Cher tells Nicolas Cage to snap out of it in what's that? Moonstruck. Yeah. Um, Snap out of it. He's 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 telling us in this album, I think, this is my truth. This is my reality, and maybe you can take something from it and see what your reality is, dealing with being able to identify the fact that everything that we have in this world has a shelf life. There's a beginning and there's an end, and if we could figure that out and deal with that, it doesn't really have to be such a tragic thing. It's just our reality. And he's just talking about reality in different kinds of situations, love situations, health situations, material situations, that kind of thing. And, I know when I hit a certain age, I started to have panic attacks about the fact that we're immortal. And once I figured out that every last one of us has to go through that, it's like, okay, everybody has to do it. So the fear goes away, the anxiety goes away, all that kind of stuff. And I think he's trying to make that universal with this record, I think. I haven't talked to him, so I don't know him. But that's what I get from this record, Sweet Death. Really good record. Great instrumentation, great singing. Some of the duets on here with Sharon Vanetten and Liz Durrett, powerful, really good stuff. Matt Berninger. I don't usually like Matt Berninger vocals, but on this I really really dig this a lot. And Skylar Goodaz. I don't know Skylar Goodaz, but some good vocals on here with Eric Bachman. I'm very impressed. Very impressed with this guy's writing, his arrangements, his composing, and instrumentation. Really good indie rock band. Um, and it's Cricket Fingers. Cricket Fingers. And it's, like I said, it's on Merge. And it's a new release out this season for 2026. And again, Daddy Cool Records, 2606 East Fairfield Avenue South. Excuse me, not East. Fairfield Avenue South in St. Petersburg. And that's it. Yeah, just keep listening to great music. And we'll see you again. Have a good night.